Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is qualifying for race number 1 in season number 4 of the NRLOA Napa Truck Series. We are here at the Daytona International Speedway for Featherlite Trailers 250 qualifying. And I will go over what's gonna happen here right now. All 40 drivers, all 32 chartered drivers, and all 8 of the non-chartered drivers will attempt to qualify for every single race this season. As for the non-chartered drivers, the top 4 of those 8 drivers will make it on to the race. The bottom 4 will fail to qualify. So traditionally, in past seasons here on Napa Fan, we have done it where the part-time drivers, or the unchartered drivers in this case, have raced an even amount of races each season. It's not going to be the case this season. They're all going to attempt to qualify for each race. So those unchartered drivers do have a chance at possibly racing in each event. Mainly, that is the biggest thing. It is a 10-minute session for each race this season that will determine the starting lineup. And, I don't really think there's much else we need to go over in terms of qualifying. It is pretty straightforward, and I hope you guys enjoy this idea that we will be doing for season number 4 of the Napa Truck Series. We will be doing this for every single race this season. Some racetracks we go to, passing is not too frequent, and therefore I find it necessary to broadcast qualifying to show something that actually determined who won the race. So that's why we're going to be doing qualifying for these races throughout the season. For this race, however, at Daytona, passing is very frequent, and you're going to see these guys passing for the lead quite a bit in tomorrow's race. And of course, tomorrow's race will be on my main channel on Napa Fan. But still, we're going to do qualifying, and mainly to determine which of the unchartered drivers will make it on to the event. Garrett Sinor in the number 16, the first driver to complete a lap. Right behind him, it is the defending champion of the Napa Truck Series, Stuart Gratton, in the number 19. And Gratton had a very strong season last summer, and he looks to back that up here this season. It's an 18-race season in the Napa Truck Series, season number 4. It's up 1 race from 17 that we had last season. Here's the number 45. That is Matt Tuck, one of the unchartered drivers, so he needs to finish in one of the top 4 unchartered positions. And of course, when we show the official standings, the drivers in all caps will be the drivers who are unchartered, and the top 4 of those drivers in all caps will qualify on to the race. There's Nicholas Samadio on the 27. The 21's driven by Blaine Keys. The 98, Tristan Allen. All 3 of these drivers, very experienced drivers right now. But we got a pretty big pack right here. Unchartered driver Eli Bright. We got the 8 of Emily Anderson. This is his first, or her first, I should say. My goodness, I'm sorry. Her first ever run in the Napa Truck Series. Alex Bonsignor right behind her. Bonsignor was a chase driver last season. Keep in mind, the chase is gone, is back to a strict points championship here in the Napa Truck Series. It's Marty Johnson, Zachary Fitzwater, and then you got the 02 of Nicholas Wade, a rookie around all of these veterans. 23, that's an unchartered driver, Nathan Stapleton, returning to the Napa Truck Series. He was in season number 2, did very well in season number 2. The number 30 is also unchartered, that is Adam Lewis. 29 is driven by Cookie Helms, the defending winner of the Featherlite Trailers 250 here at Daytona. Number 7, driven by Derek Hamill. The 47 is an unchartered ride driven by Tanner Palau. The 49 is driven by Donovan Duthit. Number 17, Derek Hamill's teammate Patrick Smith. The 28 is driven by Al Lagacy. Rookie Jack Cabarrus in the 66. And Matt Dalio in the 13, anything but a rookie in that machine. 99, driven by Eric Monaco. The number 10, driven by Fisher G. The number 74, that is driven by Jonathan Rains. The 51, Nicholas Avey. The number 75 is Ryan Kendall. Number 5 is William Brock. The 44 is the driver of Diego Yepes. The 05, driven by John Art. The 92, driven by Jesse Turner. Nick Smith in the 1. In the 6, excuse me. The 1 is driven by Jonathan King. That is an unchartered ride. The number 16 is Garrett Zenor, and speaking of Zenor, he is currently the fastest driver on the board, looking to grab the pole for tomorrow's race. 24, driven by Justin Heath. 45 is Matt Tuck. We already mentioned that. Alex NRLOA is in the 22 this season. 50, rookie driver Ying. I know I had your name in my head earlier, and I want to make sure I do this right. Canario. I want to say Canario, but it's actually Ying Canario in the number 50. I will get used to that name eventually, don't worry. And the number 50 rookie driver's first ever start's going to be tomorrow. Zach Ryan in the 88. 87 is an unchartered ride driven by John Sheets. Trey Bartow in the 33. I believe we went through all the drivers that will be racing in season number 4 of the Napa Truck Series. Got a huge pack right here. Look for some of these guys in the back to possibly shoot their way up top. Not going to happen this time. And we got another big pack right here. Fisher G in the number 10 may get a good run here. Now for the race tomorrow evening, the race will be run under the lights. So it's going to be a little bit of a different scenario with the tires and everything. Of course, there are going to be no pit stops. Aren't going to be any pit stops this season in the Napa Truck Series, so that factor is not going to come in play in most of the races. We may have pit stops in a few of them, possibly the road course race at Riverside later on this season, but most of these races, especially the ones on the restrictor plate racetracks, will not have pit stops. So Garrett Zenor, the fastest. Eric Monaco, second fastest. Matt Dalio, third fastest. Matt Tuck, the highest of the unchartered drivers, right now fourth. Jack Cabarrus in the 66 is fifth fastest. Stuart Gratton, Jonathan Rains, Alex Bonsignor, Emily Anderson, and Zachary Fitzwater, the top 10 at the moment. And we see Tristan Allen here in this pack, leading this pack with Emily Anderson to his outside. Trying to locate a lot of these unchartered drivers. Eli Bright in the 12, 15th fastest, the second unchartered driver in line. Jonathan King in the 1 is 18th fastest. He is unchartered and in a qualifying position. And the 32 of Ace Garcia. I do not believe we actually mentioned Garcia, but there he is in the 32. He is now the fourth unchartered driver in line. So it'd be those four: Matt Tuck, Eli Bright, Jonathan King, and Ace Garcia, who would qualify for the Featherlite Trailers 250 if it remained in the same position as they are currently running. 36 drivers will qualify for each race this season. Of course, the 32 chartered drivers, the 32 full-time drivers will make it into each race automatically. And like I mentioned earlier, the top 4 unchartered drivers in each qualifying session will advance on to the race as well. There's one of them. That's the number 1 of Jonathan King. Right now, the fastest uncharted guy is right here, and that is Matt Tuck in the 45. He's right behind Jesse Turner in the 92. Turner, one of the veterans of this series. Zenor, one of the veterans of this series. Stuart Gratton, the defending champion of this series. And he is the only defending champion of this series racing this season. The past 2 prior to Stuart Gratton were Cameron Gaju and Tristan Walker. Of course, neither of those drivers are in this season. Cameron Gaju may return in the future. I doubt that Tristan Walker will be back. So yeah, Stuart Gratton, the defending champion, the only champion in the Napa Truck Series racing this season. It's looking good for Garrett Zenor right now in the number 16. The fastest driver. He's been the fastest driver in this session for quite some time. And of course, it's only one session. And that's all you need. No second session, no second round. Just one 10-minute session for each race. Keep it nice and simple. That's what we're attempting to do here for the Napa Truck Series. Of course, if you saw my update video on, I think it was Monday, time for me is a very limited thing right now. But fortunately, I did find the time to do this. And we should be able to get the race in as well. So I believe we're going to have 45 seconds put back on the clock so these guys can finish out their laps. The 87 of John Sheets. Not entirely sure where he's located right now. He's 30th. Trying to find other part-time drivers. Of course, they're actually unchartered drivers. They still got this very big pack right here with a lot of these guys trying to get a good lap in. They're closing in on this pack. Ying Canario. I keep on wanting to say Canario, and I throw myself off of saying your name, and I shouldn't. I'm sorry. I'll get used to it eventually. I'm not good at doing this stuff. But Ying Canario in the number 50. He is one of the full-time drivers. Zach Ryan, the 87 of John Sheets. A lot of these guys relatively new. John Sheets almost won the Aero Electric Pro Series race here at Daytona. I believe it was back in February. He was in that series earlier on. Eli Bright in the number 12. He's 7th fastest right now. Zachary Fitzwater is in the top 10. The 02 of Nicholas Wade running 5th fastest. The 74, Jonathan Rains, 10th fastest. Defending champion Stuart Cretton, 9th fastest. And that's going to do it right there for qualifying in the Napa Truck Series, season number 4, Featherlite Trailers 250. So Garrett Zenor will start on the pole position tomorrow evening alongside Eric Monaco in the 99. Row number 2 will be Matt Dalio and Matt Tuck. Row number 3, Nicholas Wade and Zachary Fitzwater. Row number 4, Eli Bright and Jack Cabarrus. Row number 5, Stuart Gratton and Jonathan Rains. Row 6, Alex Bonsignor, Emily Anderson. Row 7, Blaine Keys, Nicholas Samadio. Row 8, Tristan Allen and Fisher G. Row 9, Justin Heath and Marty Johnson. Row number 10, Ace Garcia and Jesse Turner. Row number 11, John Arndt and Alexander Rowe. Row number 12, Jonathan King, the last non-chartered driver to qualify for the race, will start alongside Al Lagasse. Row number 13 will be Donovan Dufit and Patrick Smith. Row number 14 will be Nick Smith and Nicholas Avey. Row number 14 will be Derek Hamill. Row number 15, will be Derek Hamill and Diego Yepes. Row 16 will be Ryan Kendall and Zach Ryan. Row 17, William Brock and Cookie Helms. Row 18 will be Trey Bartow and Ying Canario in the number 50. The drivers failing to qualify for the opening event in Season 4 of the Napa Truck Series will be Tanner Palau, John Sheets, Adam Lewis, and Nathan Stapleton. Well, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Napa Fan, it will be the Napa Truck Series Season 4 opener, the Featherlite Trailers 250 from the Daytona International Speedway. 20 laps of action, and it's going to be a good one with Garrett Zenor leading the field to the green flag for the opening race of the season. Thank you guys very much for watching qualifying here from Daytona. And you will see the race tomorrow over on Napa Fan. Thank you guys very much for watching. Once again, congratulations to Garrett Zenor, the pole sitter for tomorrow's race. And I will see you guys later.